Concept, we will move to the superposition principle and forces between the multiple charges. By using the Coulomb's law, we have discussed about the forces between the two charges. Right? Now you consider there is a one more charge Q3 in the system. Means in a system there are n number of charges are there. How the forces between those charges will act, we will see. That we will derive by using the superposition principle. What it states, now assume that this is a system contain Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5. These are the system, it contains 5 charges. Now we want to know what is the force acting on Q1 due to all other charges, or force acting on Q2 due to all other charges except Q2. How we will derive the expression? Because for the Coulomb's law we have derived for only the two charges. Now here in a system there are n number of charges are there. To derive that thing, we will use the superposition principle. What it said, in a system, in an isolated system, there are n number of charges are present. It states that force acting on one charge due to all other charges will be equal to algebraic sum of forces acting on Q1 due to all other charges taken one at a time, and also individual forces, means force acting on Q1 due to Q2, it is not affected by force acting on Q1 due to Q3, or force acting on Q1 due to Q4. Means there are individual forces doesn't affect each other. Means force acting on Q1 due to Q2 and force acting on Q1 and Q3, they will not affect. Right? Now we will state the superposition principle. It states that in a system, if more than two charges present, then force acting on net force acting on one charge due to all other charges will be equal to algebraic sum of force acting on that charge due to all charges taken one at a time, and also individual forces will not affected by other charges. This statement looks like very big, but it is very simple. I will explain in terms of the mathematical expression. You see here, now I am taking this R12, this is R23. Now see here, by using the vector form, this superposition principle can easily understandable. Now see here, this F12, is a force acting on Q1 due to Q2. How you will write? By using the Coulomb's law, you can write F12 will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R 12 square R 12 cap. is a vector form of the Coulomb's law, right? This is an individual force we are finding. Means we are finding F12 between the Q1 and Q2. This R12 position vector between the Q1 and Q2. This is we can write. Same way now force acting on Q1 due to Q3 we will write. How we will write? F13 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 by R13 square into R13 cap. Like that, force acting on first charge Q1 due to fourth charge F14, force acting on Q1 due to Q4. That will be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q4 by R14 square R14 cap. Like that, individual forces we can write by using the Coulomb's law. Now these individual forces, by using these individual forces as well as the superposition principle, we will find forces between the multiple charges general expression. Now what it is stating, in a system if there are n number of charges are present, now net force means net force acting on Q1 due to Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, we will find out by using the superposition principle that net force will be equal to algebraic sum of all these individual forces. Means net force is given by F1, that will be equal to F12 plus F13 plus F14 so on. Taken one at a time because we have find out one at a time by using this Coulomb's law F12, F13, F14. We are not taking all the forces at a time. We are taking one at a time. And also F12 is not affected by F13 and F13 is not affected by F12 and also F12 is not affected by F14. Means individual forces are unaffected by other charges. Now substitute all those things. Directly I am taking common. Q1 is common in all the three expressions and also 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common. That one I will take outside. Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is remaining? Remaining is Q2 by R12 square R12 cap plus Q3 by R13 square R13 cap. Like that, so on it is there. Now see here, Q1 already we have taken outside. Next, Q2 is there, Q3 is there, Q4 will come, Q5 will come. And also here, R12 is there, R13 is there. Right? Like that, R14 will come, R15 will come. Here, I will use a summation symbol. Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught summation of, see here, Q I, in the place of 2 I have taken I, then R1 as it is because we are taking 1 as common, R1 I square R1 I cap. Now from where to where I can stand? I can stand from 2 to n, because if you substitute in the place of I first 2, you will get Q2, then you will get Q3. Like that here, in the place of I, if you substitute first 2, R12 square will come, like that R13 square will come, like that so on. This is the net force acting on Q1 due to all other charges by using the superposition principle. Same way we can find out for Q2, means force acting on Q2 due to all other charges. Same way force acting on Q3 also we can find out due to all other charges. Same way we will find. This is a superposition principle. Superposition principle plays an important role in finding the forces between the multiple charges, and also it is very useful in the electric field concepts also. This is about the superposition principle and forces between the multiple charges.